Hey y'all, welcome back to Two Real Chicks. It is me, the one and only Aisha.
And I am Leah, the realist of the chicks.
Y'all, this is like our first actual live episode that we've had since we've come back and gotten our ish together. So I'm so excited to be back. Leah, are you excited to be back? Please don't
Hell
let
no.
it. Here, see, y'all know what? Y'all gonna have to cancel Leah. Leah gonna have to get canceled a few times.
No, I'm not excited to be back. I didn't want to come back. I ain't trying to be back. This is going to be my last episode at that. Ooh, bars. Album coming soon. No, just playing.
Mixtape. Oh man.
We had an off week last week. I went to New York and I traveled. My stomach is growling, so if y'all hear, I'm sorry. I'm a bitch is hungry. All right. Don't talk about me. Disrespectful. This is why I'm not coming back, because she just do shit like that.
Oh damn.
But I went to New York recently for the first time, and I think I have really been bit by the travel bug really, really hard. And you would think that being in Florida would have sparked that in me. Mm-hmm. But no, I think the difference with this and being in Florida is that we were out and we were walking in the city itself.
Yeah, you guys
we were actually in New York. We actually planned a trip on a whim. My sister seen a play on TikTok called The Piano Lesson. And basically it's a play. It has Samuel L. Jackson, John David Washington. He can act his ass off.
Yeah.
John David Washington, Danielle Brooks, and a couple other people. And it's about, from what I gathered, it's about there's this piano that's in their house that's causing them a lot of trouble, and they're starting to see a ghost or whatever. And that ghost that they're seeing is he has ties to slavery, and so they're trying to get rid of it because it's just causing them a lot of distress or whatever. I couldn't really watch it in the way that I wanted to because I was sleepy. We landed at 10 or 11 o'clock East Coast time, and we couldn't check in till 3. And I had been up ever since the day before. How you wake up at your normal time and you're just up. It was that type of party. Mm-hmm. So when I did try to go to sleep, when I did catch a little bit of sleep or whatever, I slept on the plane a little bit, but it wasn't enough because homegirl was tired. So that was the longest I had sat still. Since being there. So I was nodding off, and by the end of it I was out of it. But it was to see them live though, and hear them sing. Samuel Jackson is actually a good singer. Live, hear them playing the piano, it's a different kind of experience. And I wish they would put stuff like that on DVD so that people can see an actual Broadway play. No, but I'm saying DVD
on a streaming platform,
somebody's streaming platform or something like that. Yeah. Because I feel or even on Blu-ray, they still have Blu-ray mm-hmm. players, if I'm not mistaken. But that would be something cool to have, because it's just for people that will never get to experience that. Something different. That's something different to experience. Yeah. But
make sure you turn off your camera. I think your camera's on.
Is my camera on?
Yes. I probably should have checked that before we started, y'all. Amateurs, okay? We're amateurs.
I thought it was off.
Wasn't too crazy. We are settling into the house really, really nicely. I have been cooking my ass off. That is one thing your girl has been doing. And the social media thing, I guess, is really paying off right now for me, because I'm getting a lot of different sponsors and brand deals. And I'm very excited about that. At first I was I don't know if I want to do all this, but I'm working with some really good companies that are legit, you know what I'm saying? So that's really nice. I'm feeling good about that. And as far as traveling, I do want to travel some more. I'm glad that Leah got to experience that, because New York has always been on my bucket list. And I saw her TikTok, y'all have to follow me on TikTok. And she was like, it stank here. It stank.
It does, y'all. It smells like shit. When we were walking, our hotel is right there on Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't know like how close to Times Square we were exactly. So we started walking. We were trying to walk to like, I think it was UGG or somewhere, and it was like it kept changing how long the walk was, and we were passing by, they were cleaning out stuff. We were like, why is it funky over here? My sister was like, it's kind of looking a little ghetto, we might need to turn around because that ain't what it's supposed to look like New York is, they always say it's a dirty city, it's a grimy city or whatever, and they're not wrong. Like the depictions of New York that you see on TV, I would say they're pretty close to accurate. It does stink, but they do have good food. So for the most, from what I had, even though a couple of the restaurants that I went to, I was kind of like, y'all not really, it's not hitting the way it's supposed to hit. But I would go back because New York is a city where it's just like you have to go and spend at least a week at a time just to
It's so much
explore.
culture in New York. Like,
Absolutely.
it's just so much culture. That's why I really want to go. Definitely do that Harlem tour because it's Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I can't wait to go to New York one day. We actually got a friend. Our friend Candy is in New York. She lives in, is it the Bronx?
I don't know what borough, but I know she lives there.
Yeah,
It's just I could talk all day about my whole experience and being in New York and like what that was like, but we be here all day.
But
But we
definitely
gonna
try her TikTok, y'all, so y'all can see her experience. So let's get into this topic, but first we have to, shout some things out.
before we get into today's topic, it's a couple things that we need for y'all to do. Okay? Number one is, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, to Real Chix. Also follow us on all our social medias at 2 Real Chix. That's the number 2 REALCHIX. That's on Instagram and TikTok.
Of course. So today, y'all, we are talking about unpopular opinions. Child, I was just telling Leah, I know that unpopular opinions, it's like a thing on YouTube now. Like, everybody has an unpopular opinion video, and it's like people be going viral for the shit they be saying, and it'd be crazy. Now, I don't think any of my unpopular opinions are too like, okay, whoa. But I know comedians, I was telling her, comedians are very like, them are the people that people be like going to these comedy shows, and you'll hear stuff like Dave Chappelle always is getting backlash for things he's saying, how he feels. But that is kind of satire, you know what I'm saying? But Leah, what is an unpopular opinion that people just be like, what the fuck?
I actually, okay, so you remember that thing on TikTok where it said, name something that we've been that we think is normal but it's actually a scam or something like that. There were a lot of like good responses to it, but I said buying flowers. I thought it was a scam. Only reason why I think it was a scam is because the flowers don't last no more than a week, maybe even a few days. And you go out and you spend all this money on some flowers that are going to die within a week. That's very much scamish behavior to me. It's a waste of money to me. I get the premise and I get the purpose of it. I understand that it's, they look really pretty and they're like, it's a visual thing, so you wouldn't know. I understand. You ain't got to see to know.
Bugs. Fuck they
literally,
bugs.
but like somebody in my comments literally said like, you wouldn't understand it because you can't see, like, so of course you would think it's a waste of money, but it's a visual thing. It's like everything, I don't have to see to be able to still hold my opinion that something is a scam to me. Hence why I never tell a guy to bring me flowers. Will I accept flowers? Yeah, absolutely. But are they the first thing on my list of things that I like when it comes to like gifts, or you trying to apologize? No.
Hell no.
No. I think flowers are a waste of money. I said, and unless you get the ones that last for a year or so, you really aren't getting your money's worth. Because if I'm paying $80 for a flower arrangement, I want to get $80 worth of time out of it.
I got some flowers for my birthday this year, and it was from the group, and I liked them. They were really pretty. It was a big old like bouquet. I was
Remember
I
that.
was happy. However, comma, them motherfuckers died within a week, because of the heat in the house, because it was cold outside. My birthday's in April, so it's still kind of like chilly in Indiana. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want these to die. So I would like water them. I even did the little sugar thing. And then I saw the video debunking the sugar thing. Don't put sugar in there. So I really feel like I killed them quicker. Child, I let them things sit there until the motherfuckers was brown and falling out the vase. Okay. So
Yeah.
it was really,
Like
really
I
not a
said,
good
waste
thing to
of
have
money.
in my kitchen. But I do think they're a pretty thing to look at. However, they serve no other purpose besides dying in my home. That's all they do. Okay.
And if you're not a person who doesn't have a green thumb like me,
Me.
they're gonna die anyway. If you
Yep.
don't know how to properly cure, like, because you can get, I remember I tried. We had got flowers for Easter when I was in high school for whatever reason. And I tried, like, I put the flower food in and I did all the things. Not my computer being rude. I did all the things, and it was one of those things where it was just like, no, like I don't think so. It's not gonna work for me. It's
Mhm.
it's just a no.
So, okay, I have one. Now, I honestly, okay, so I'm a natural hair girl, right? I honestly think the natural hair community is overrated. I feel like it's toxic. I don't like it. I try not to talk about too much my hair like online. And every time I talk about my hair, I have naysayers in my comments. Oh, your hair would still grow if you had the hair crack, the creamy crack, da 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 da. Like, ugh, it's
That's
it's
not true.
it's just so much. Because even when I had the creamy crack in my hair, I still wouldn't take care of my hair properly. My shit was still
Oh,
falling out.
okay. See what I'm saying? Like, and like with me, I don't know who told my dumb ass to go natural. As thick as my hair is, and as tender headed as I am,
Girl,
and
you
as
know who told
lazy
you? We all told you to go natural. The fuck, don't do
and
us.
as lazy as I am, but see, I have been wanting to get away from relaxers because I got there's a lot of prep that you have to do when you're doing a relaxer, in my opinion. You have to grease your scalp so that, like, to try and create somewhat of a barrier between your skin and the relaxer itself. You got to make sure you put grease all around your neck and your forehead because you don't want, your skin to get a keloid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for all of that, it makes it easier to manage. I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't have a hard time managing my hair, because I did not.
Yeah.
But with this natural hair thing, being natural is more expensive because
Yes.
you have to figure out what products work for you, and you have to figure out um a hair routine and all that sort of thing. And then don't let you be a natural girl and your hair is constantly falling out. You don't know why.
Yeah.
Now you got more money. So I do understand why people would think that it's overrated. I think what makes it overrated sometimes is that I feel like people shame people for the things that they use in their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's too many opinions. It's like if you're not paying for it, the child, keep your opinion to yourself. Or if I'm
yeah,
not asking for your opinion, there's no need for you to be all up in my comments trying to be my motherfucking hairstylist from overseas or two states over. Like, I didn't ask for that. This working for me. It's happening for me. My hair is growing because of whatever I'm doing. Like, when I went natural, that was my biggest thing, was trying to figure out the products. Girl, I started using Cantu. That really fucked up my hair because it was so dry. Oh my gosh, it was dry as
I
hell.
feel like if something is too fragranted,
Yes.
that is probably not gonna be moisturizing. I have my Yale Organics products, and they're fragranted, yes, but it's not overwhelming. You
Yeah.
could smell the coconut in Cantu before you actually smell anything else.
Girl, you can smell the alcohol in Cantu too.
That
That
too. See what
alcohol,
I'm saying? Like, it's
it's
just
in
like,
there.
It's just like, no, that's
I
no.
personally, I use my holy grails. These are the three companies that has always worked for my natural hair and has stood the test of time. And that is Aunt Jackie. Oh my god, I love Aunt Jackie. That's my shit right there. Then we got Maui Moisture, and then we have Tresemme. Now Tresemme is known for not really working for black people hair. I have type 3B and 3C hair, and I can honestly say Tresemme has done your girl right every damn time. My favorite protein shampoo and conditioner comes from Tresemme. And every time I post about that, oh my God, the naysayers that be in my comments. And I just like, if it don't work for you, sis, it don't work for you. But you ain't gotta be all disrespectful to me. You ain't gotta do
Right.
that.
It's not my fault that what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. That's not. I'm trying to think of other unpopular opinions that I have. I don't have too many unpopular opinions. I saw one on the internet when I was looking them up that said receiving gifts as a love language is you being greedy.
I don't believe that, because when I get a gift from, like, okay, say my boyfriend Anthony. Now, he's not really a gift giver type person. Like, he'll, if he knows I want something, he'll just buy it. I don't necessarily say that's him going out his way, because I done told him, babe, I want this, and he goes to get whatever that is. However, if I'm getting a random gift from somebody, how could I be ready for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like getting things. I like feeling that warm, fuzzy feeling in my stomach when somebody hands me something that I didn't know that I was gonna get. Like, it depends on what you say. You know how, like, what are they called? Sugar babies. They literally seek out people to get gifts from. Now that is greedy. You know what I'm saying? Someone to fuel your lifestyle. You can call that greedy, you know?
I don't call that greedy. When you think of greedy is like doing things in excess. What they're doing is trying to find somebody to support them. That's not being greedy. If a man is out here willing to do it, and you know what I'm saying, then that's perfectly fine. Everybody has their own.
I had that old man paying for shit for me, and I really felt like big shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even
like, you know, I don't think it's greedy. I think that if gifts is the way you feel loved or the way you show love, I don't have that as a love language. I don't think it's greedy. Let's see another one. This probably isn't unpopular, but like, the first 2 years of college should be abolished.
You just want to get right into the meat and the potatoes.
Yeah, it should be abolished, because
I'm not bad at that.
Because if you think about it, it's high school condensed into 2 years.
Yeah,
and each semester is acting as each year of high school. My throat is doing other things, but anyways. Each semester is acting as like each year of high school. So it's like, if you see that I know how to do math and that I know how to write a paper, I know how to do XYZ, why are you making me retake this shit?
Right.
Give me the classes that are necessary for like my major. Like, for instance, I'm majoring in communications. In communications, it deals with a lot of writing, sometimes. And it deals with like public speaking sometimes. So give me the English classes, yes, because I'm going to need a creative writing class in particular. Give me a public speaking class or some public speaking classes. Give me some classes that entail around communication. When you go to anywhere else, school is 3 years. Like in Europe, university is 3 years over there. It's not 4. It's 3 years, because they have like 1 year of like, you know, what we do, and then the rest of it is focused on your major. And it's like, bro, why are we having to do all this extra stuff? Save community college for
certificates and trades.
Yeah. And even then, university, college is not the end all be all. You can go to a trade school and do the same exact thing. I don't know what makes a 4-year degree more valuable than a certificate that was earned in 9 months. We're doing the exact same thing.
Right. I agree with that. Like, I think when I had went to college, that was the biggest thing that I was just like, oh, like, I don't want to do this. But I had went to school for early childhood development, and I had hopes and dreams to become a teacher's assistant. And honestly, I feel like I could had, actually finished it and got the degree or whatever. But like, I was taking just dumb ass classes that did not make no sense to me. Like, it made no sense. And then when I was getting into like the meat and the potatoes of the actual like degree, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, this is now boring to me. Y'all have made this boring to me. And I know you got to put some work in to get where you want to be, but like, damn, it didn't have to be that boring to me. It really didn't. And then I had a professor who, child, if me and that professor right now could just fight, I would fight her. She literally told me, and I really wish I still had this this video, because I had it on Snapchat for the longest, of the email that she sent to me. And she basically was telling me in a professional way that you're dumber than a box of rocks. You need to pick a new degree, a new field. This wasn't it. She basically told me like, kids are not going to learn from someone as slow as you. And my mama just looked at the message and was like, and you said you want to keep going with this? I'm like, oh my God. I don't like that. School's never been my favorite thing. I've liked the people in school, but it's never been my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've always I don't like to do the stuff I have to do. I like to do the stuff I want to do.
Right.
Until doing the stuff I want to do turns into doing stuff I have to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
I like Spanish class. I don't like do homework. I'm gonna do it though, but I'm saying.
Right. So I guess my next unpopular opinion is that you have to be legally bound to someone to be considered married. Now, listen to what I'm about to say. Listen to what I'm about to say.
Ooh,
I have been in a relationship for 3 years, right? And when people see us after a while, you know, both of our families, they've both had said like, oh, you know, that's your wife, or this is your husband. And I would be like, yeah, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was a contract that I could sign with him to just be like, we're together. Because that's basically, I know marriage is more than a piece of paper. I get that fully. I know vows are taken seriously. But I feel like boyfriend and girlfriend, after so long, I should just be able to like, that's my husband. Like, we're legally together. Because I know in some states, you can, I think after like 7 to 10 years and you're still together, you're still in the same household and all that stuff, you're basically married. Like legally, people, you know, legally they'll say you're married to each other. But why can't I just sign a contract with Anthony just like we're married? That's not actual marriage.
In Texas, they used to. I don't know if they still do it now, but like after a certain period of time, yeah, you are considered husband and wife. Mm-hmm. And they did away with like common law. But like the way I see it is like marriage. There's a woman that I follow on TikTok. She used to work in the legal profession, but she left the legal profession to do other things that she found more passion in, I guess, or whatever. She's like, marriage is really a made up concept. She was like, marriage is whatever we want it to be. And what we know it as is an institution in which it was for economic and like social benefit. Mm-hmm. So you might marry somebody because economically it'll put you in a better position, or socially they'll put you in a better position. And she was like, and now it's the government's way of, she said something about like taxing you less or something like that. I can't remember her exact words. I don't want to paraphrase and try to repeat stuff I don't remember.
Right.
But I'm like, when you look at it like that, if it's what you make it out to be, then it's just that. It's imaginary, so you can put whatever value and meaning on it that you want. I know there are a lot of couples that have been together for years and they get the same benefits, because a lot of people don't desire to be married. A lot of people are just like, you know what, it's just a document that states that we're married and all this, this, and that, and the third, and it's another way for the government to be in our business. I can still make you the beneficiary on a life insurance policy if I want it all to go to you. I can still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can still do everything for you that a married spouse would do, a married partner would do for their partner. Mm-hmm. Person would do for their partner without being married. And I think that people today are looking at marriage as like, it's not a necessity anymore, because back then when people got married, they got married because, you know, for financial security, or because it was just the norm. It was what people did. It was what was expected of you. But like now, there are more opportunities now for people to be able to like make their own money. The way of life is different that we live. There's a different generation of people, men and women growing up, and they're looking at it and they're like, you know, I don't really want that same institution that my mom and my dad or people around me have had. And if I do end up getting married, we're going to do it differently.
Yeah.
because
I've
that
seen
ain't
like
that ain't it.
being on social media, I've seen like the relationships with people, they're like, we're not together. Like we're not in an actual sexual, this is, us forever type relationship. It's like I'm marrying my best friend because our benefits will be better if we're a married couple. There's this woman, I think she was one of the first people I've seen that that I know of that did this. But her and her husband do not live together. They live completely separate lives. However, they are best friends, and she knew the value of having a husband and having joint insurances and all that stuff. So they got married strictly because things have been better. And once they had both got on their feet, they had moved out and all that good stuff, and they had decided, okay, we're going to stay married because you never know. They don't have, good family on the outside of that. So being married helps them in that way. And I'm like, yeah, because Anthony, he has seizures, it's a public thing. People know about it. He has seizures, and if he don't take his medicine, that man will drop and just be shaking all over the place. And on paper, I can make legal things happen. Like say he is on a DNR, I could officiate that. I could also make calls for his doctor's appointments. Like I'm on all his shit. So he doesn't need his mother. He doesn't need his grandmother. He doesn't need his great grandmother. Like he has me legally, and we're not married yet. And I think marriage, I think it's a beautiful thing. I really do. I think these days, like Leah was saying, like a lot of the times people don't take marriage seriously because it's kind of like this, well, if we're together, it doesn't matter if we're on a piece of paper together. But I do want to be married one day. That is something I do desire. I do want to be, the bride and all that good stuff. However, I don't know. I guess I just don't see marriage how they used to see it, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I think when people, I honestly feel like, because somebody brought it up and said marriage is not just a piece of paper. Like, if it's just a piece of paper, then give me your birth certificate, give me your social security card, give me anything that is of value. I'm not going to lie and tell you that marriage doesn't hold a specific kind of, like, it's not valuable or that it doesn't hold some type of value, but it only holds as much value as a person, places on it. But like, normally, per like the way it was established, it was done for economic purposes.
Yep.
And in a way it's still done for that reason. But then I don't know. I think people's opinions on that comes from how they view relationships and just life in general.
Yeah, because I know I grew up and I didn't see anyone around me that was actually like married for real. Like my mother,
literally,
like she was married to my oldest brother's father, but that didn't last long, that didn't last long. And then she's married now, and I'm like, I see what her marriage looks like, and I'm not saying that I want a marriage like that. I want something different. I want something of my own. However, like we're saying, like, yeah, it depends on how you view it. And when I do get married, I will take it seriously, obviously. I mean, I've been in a relationship with him this long. I'm still taking it seriously, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm not going to place the value that others put on their marriage. I'm not going to put that into my marriage.
Exactly. Because your understanding and your relationship is totally from anybody else's relationship. That, I am struggling with these unpopular opinions because, like I said, I don't have too many unpopular opinions.
I'm sure you do. What's something in the music thing? Because you love some music.
I was just gonna bring it up. R&B is not dead.
No, it's not. And
R&B is not dead.
What is that one boy's name?
I'm gonna. Jacquees is not the king of R&B either.
Nope.
Let's talk about it since we brought up the conversation. R&B is not dead. There's a lot that goes into this conversation when you talk about R&B and whether or not it is dead. The one thing that I will say, I heard LMI say this in an interview that she was doing when she was promoting her album early part of this year. She said R&B is like, this is verbatim, I'm paraphrasing because these aren't her exact words, but she said something along the lines of R&B is one of those genres that's evolving. Mm-hmm. And I don't hear a lot of people critiquing hip hop in the same way that they do R&B. Like nobody is being so critical. And I think it's true because hip hop has evolved into something that's hip hop trying to be R&B. If you really think about it,
Yeah.
like they're doing more singing than rapping. For real. And nobody's critiquing that. Nobody's saying that. The most somebody will say is that they be mumbling. But that's about it. But when it comes to R&B, there is like this whole thing where like they rip it to shreds. So there's that.
I don't like the whisperers. I don't.
Summer Walker is a whisperer sometimes.
What's her name? Not Kaylani. Jhené Aiko.
Jhené Aiko can be a whisperer sometimes. I
cannot listen to that girl's music. I want you to belt them songs. Now, if it's like a ballad, I understand. Like Beyonce, Heaven. I get it. It's supposed to be kind of low, but she's not whispering. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had this conversation before, and I was like, my top people that I can listen to sing all day. I can listen to Beyonce. I could. But Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, I can listen to them sing and they're not. Why are we whispering? Lady, sing. I want to hear your voice. And then, oh my gosh, what pisses me off is that they be having some beautiful voices. Queen Naja, I have been watching Queen Naja literally since she was on that red couch in Detroit with Chris. Okay, when Baby CJ was Baby CJ. And I would listen to Queen sing and I'm like, yes, listen to them vocals, honey. And then she got mainstreamed and she'd be whispering in some of her songs. And I'd be like, what the fuck was that, Queen? What the fuck was that? Oh my gosh. And I'm an R&B girl to death, okay? I love my Monica. I love my Brandy. I love my...
Brandy's better than Monica, but we'll get into that.
I love Kelly Price. Oh my gosh. But no.
And then I just feel like there's that thing that goes into it. But also, I feel like people don't give today's artists the grace that our faves had because it is social media and we're in such a different time. People don't understand. Before your fave was your fave, they were right there where a lot of these newer artists or established artists are. And so it's just like y'all be expecting them to have like Beyonce, Usher, Brandy, Monica, Whitney level like what's the word I'm looking? I can't think of the word, but like careers or whatever, or like they want the things that they do to be at those levels. And it's like, guys, like y'all, they have to be able to experiment. Like for instance, Giveon.
I can't see his voice.
I love Giveon.
I love his music. I can't
he does have a different sounding voice. It's like Frank Sinatra-esque, but different. But like with him, for instance, believe it or not, his first album, give or take, that's his debut album. That's his very first one. He's had 3 EPs. He combined When It's All Said and Done and Take Time. He combined those two and gave us like a new song. But like this last project he put out, that was his debut. He's still a baby and he's been doing this since like 2018. He said, those aren't my words. He said that in an interview himself. We can't expect for him to be on a level like Usher.
I don't think I'm wanting to expect them to be on that level. I feel like a lot of these new artists think just because they have that talent, they don't have to go get vocal lessons. To this day, even though Drake is not a singer, he would like to think he is, but he still gets vocal lessons. I think I be wanting
on my nerves.
To use their voice a little better. Like Jhené what the fuck is her name? J.A. I can't say her last name.
Jhené Aiko.
Yeah, I can't say that, but I think she has a beautiful voice. I think that girl is talented. SZA, her talented voices. I'll be wanting a little bit more. I be feeling like they don't use their voice to like their best power. You know what I'm saying? Like we've went over the years of Rihanna breathing and singing through her nose, and now we have what we have now from Miss Rihanna. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I feel like a lot of it is technique. Some of their songs do not require them to use their full voice power. Jhené Aiko, she can belt. And that's another thing too, another opinion that people probably will think is unpopular. You do not have to be a belter to, for your song to be considered good. Janaiko is not one that, she's not a belter. I think she's like a mid-range singer. She rarely ever like has big notes in her songs like Jasmine Sullivan or her could belt if she wanted to. Hers runs are amazing, but like you don't have to have all these vocal acrobatics. You don't have to have all these like riffs and runs and being able to slide up and down the scale and do all that, like all the stuff we hear in the songs from the R&B girlies that can do that. You don't have to do that. That's not necessary.
But we don't all have to sound the same.
Exactly. I was about to say that too. You can be simple and like do what you do and still sound good. And I think the problem with a lot of the artists is that, like Chloe Bailey, for instance, Chloe Bailey is one of those ones where like she's had the vocal lessons and she's currently, if I'm not mistaken, still having them because she's trying to work in her higher register as well, because she doesn't really sing high.
No, she doesn't. Even when her and her sister was doing YouTube, if y'all remember, like she wouldn't be the one that
she's on the lower register, the lower notes. Hallie is the soprano out of the two of them, but she's working on it. But a lot of them haven't, like you said, they have not been vocally trained like professionally or whatever.
And but it's like, I don't know if but Sweetie, even though she's not a singer, she's in vocal lessons actively. It's not even that you got to be belting. You ain't even got to be doing all that. It's just use your voice properly. It's like I hear a lot of these songs and I'm like, I don't feel like their voice don't match what they're saying or what they're trying to sing here. Like it don't be matching. Yeah, like a lot of my faves, I'm just like, girl, what is this?
Like some people will look at Alicia Keys and be like, girl, you're not a soprano, so don't sing soprano.
I don't know, man. People don't like John Legend and Alicia Keys. I saw this TikTok and this guy, I don't know if you know, but in All of Me, right? I think it's All of Me. No, it's not All of Me. It's one of his older songs, and he goes in the middle of this damn song. And if you listen to John Legend's voice now, he has trained himself to not strain his voice, to not strain when he sings, and you can clear as day hear all his notes with no problem, right? That's what I mean when I say talent can get better over time. But a lot of these girls, just because you can sing in the shower, don't mean that you can sing on an album. Okay, that's a fact.
But see, you don't have to have real talent today to really be in the music industry.
Girl, no.
Then you have auto-tune.
Yep.
Cultural appropriator. Anyways, you have auto-tune. You have auto-tune now. You have like music has advanced a lot too. The technology that they use in music now, the microphones are a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
You can mimic the vocals, like the vocals that they have in the 70s and the 80s and stuff, even in the 90s. Your vocals had to be tight on their own. You actually had to be able to sing for real. Now they have technology and software that can mimic that can make your vocals as tight as they need to be, as tight as some of y'all jeans be, as tight as shoes be on your feet, as tight as your feet is when there are shoes that don't fit. You know what I'm saying? Like they have technology that can do all that kind of stuff. So it's like sometimes social media in a way has kind of made it to where like it's dumbed down like the art form that is R&B sometimes. And as a result, a lot of great artists get overlooked, and it's like R&B isn't dead. You just want a certain sound back, and it's not giving that, and y'all think that it's toxic. But when you listen to R&B throughout, it's been consistent. The subject matter has been consistent. Everybody's talking, and then you have to think too, look at who's singing R&B now. The people that are singing R&B are people that are in their 20s, that are in their 30s, you know what I'm saying? And their art is an imitation of life. So if all they have to sing about right now, if all Giveon has to sing about right now is him being toxic or him being in relationships where he's self-sabotaging.
I'll be hearing them stories.
All of them toxic. If it's R&B, everybody's toxic. And I'm not going to even go off of just like, because what we heard in the media was alleged. He ain't talking about it. He ain't speaking on it. But his songs tell it all. Yeah, they do.
In that song, he said he went from one girl to the next, and he was back to her. Now he was crying to the girl that the song was about. And I was like, Giveon, Are you a thug? Are you a love thug? That's what he gave me, love thug. I'm gonna start calling that man love thug.
He's like I said, all of them are toxic. Summer Walker's toxic R&B. Listen to her lyrics.
Walker's definitely toxic.
Listen to her lyrics, like that. But that's my point. Their lyrics are an imitation of their life. When you're in your 20s and your 30s and stuff like that, you're going to be in toxic relationships because that's what that is. In your 30s, you're supposed to. I mean, you've learned a little bit more, but that doesn't mean that you are exempt from being in relationships that aren't, or from having life experiences, not just relationships, but life experiences that aren't, gonna present you with some lows. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all have to think this, we are in the same predicament that y'all were in 40, 50 years ago, singing about love and life and how it's affecting us. And at the same time, their music is relatable to the people that, their demographic that's listening to it. So it ain't dead at all. You just got to get out here and find the people that are for you. And there's a lot of them, and it can be overwhelming, but you'll find the sound that you like and the artists that fit into that sound, and then there you go.
Yeah, I used to have an issue with deeper voiced women singing. Oh my gosh, my ex, he is a singer, and I don't know if he's still like doing the whole singing thing or whatever, but all the girls that he would listen to would have these deep voices.
Sade has a deep voice, I think.
You said who?
Sade.
Yes.
Sade, and Tony Braxton,
like,
Anita
why
Baker.
do you like that? And I put on my Brandy, I put on my Monica, my Fantasia, my what's her name? Houston. What's her name?
Whitney.
No. That's not Jennifer Hudson, not Houston. Hudson. I'll put on them and I'm like, oh my God, I just love the sounds of their voice. And I just be like, oh my gosh, this is a no. But there's a certain sound that I go for when I'm listening to music. So I have a very specific taste. However, early 2000s, Ashanti, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was my era of music that I always go back to. So when I'm listening to new artists now, I definitely go more towards that type of sound. And I think that's why I can easily listen to somebody like a Queen Naja, SZA, her, who else? Those type of girls, you know what I'm saying? Because I just love their voices. Summer Walker, she don't make music for me. I'm gonna say that. Summer don't. We're not on the same page. But I can respect her artistry. I can respect it.
Lucky Day is not a person that I had gravitated towards, but I would go to one of his concerts because he does have an amazing voice. But like neo soul, there's so many subgenres of R&B, but I gravitate towards like stuff that's kind of chill. Yeah. Their voices are usually like softer, or they're like velvety smooth, that sort of thing. So it's your Giveons, it's her, it's Jhené Aiko, it's Kehlani, it's Summer Walker, Snow Allegra. Snow Allegra has had me in a chokehold for like 2 years. And she can keep her hands around my neck. It's fine. It's Rihanna. I love Rihanna. I'm more of a Rihanna fan than Beyonce. If I had to choose, I'm going to choose Rihanna. I'm going to sell a kidney to go to a Rihanna concert. If I had to choose between Brandy and Monica, I'm going to go to a Brandy concert. Like Monica a lot, but I don't know. I've always gravitated towards Brandy.
This is how I know I'm a little ratchet. This is how I know, because I prefer Monica because she was on some ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably why I don't be on it.
Right. I will turn on Lotto. I will turn on City Girls. I will turn on Meg Thee Stallion. A bitch be right. I am a ratchet. That is why I like Keisha Cole. Even though Keisha Cole over the years, her voice has gotten way better. That's me. I'm more.
She be sounding like she be whining to me, but that's just.
But she do. Okay, don't be sounding like that. That's because she do. But I like the girls that, a little bit more rougher around the edges. Like I fucks with that type of music. But when I'm in my life, I'm just trying to chill, just like trying to groove a little bit, maybe shake a shoulder. I put on some like softer R&B. But when I'm trying to turn the fuck up, I want to hear that. Here we go again.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I do have music that I listen to, and I'm like, this makes me feel really promiscuous. I feel like a whore, but like,
oh my god,
like Meg Thee Stallion, some of her songs, I'm like,
I will put on I want to feel like a little thigh. I
like I get it. But yeah, that's.
Like Meg's new album, right? Anxiety, Plan B, them, who child. Ever since
Plan B
her
was a hit when she played that at Coachella. I said, yeah, that's gonna be something.
girl, every time that song come on, Anthony be like, "See, you wanna argue, huh? You wanna argue, nigga? Fuck you." Oh my god, that's my shit. When I got that song on and I'm cleaning, girl, this whole house gonna get clean from head to toe. Okay, from top to bottom, side to side. That motherfucker gonna get clean.
She said head to toe. Lord, let me find out your house a human.
Girl, right.
Anyway, I'm like I said, I ain't got very many unpopular opinions because I'll hear stuff. A lot of I guess unpopular opinion here. A lot of y'all opinions are not unpopular. A lot of y'all opinions are not. They're not controversial, or they're, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of the times the masses be agreeing. Y'all just be wanting to say stuff for the sake of saying it.
This is a true fact. Oh, that is a true fucking fact.
Off subject, but like there's this girl that I follow on social media. Her name is Clark. She goes to Columbia University in New York City. She's African American, and she's managed to create a life for herself where she can afford, luxurious things, and she can afford to spend amounts of money that are in four figures, so thousands of dollars, right? And recently there's been this discourse going on TikTok about her making these videos, and one video in particular has went viral, and she responded to it or whatever. And I guess the unpopular opinion here that she had was like, y'all aren't used to people like being able to afford certain things, or you're not used to people talking about themselves and being proud of their accomplishments and stuff like that. People aren't used to people liking themselves. They're used to people really not knowing, or like just being like, oh, I don't really know like what's going. And it's like, no, it's like she said several times on her TikTok page that I grew up with a mom on a public school teacher salary. My dad was in prison for a majority of my life, up until I was like 13 or whatever. And everything I have, I get because of my sponsorships and my influencer deals and things like that. I don't have a mom that's wealthy enough to support me. And it doesn't matter how many times you say it, it's like people are still going to do what they want to do. So like social media, I guess maybe a popular opinion is that people are going to assume to know you no matter how much you put on the internet. Mm-hmm. You can tell them what it is, and people are going to still say that it's not that. Yeah. Because people are so used to everybody being fake and putting up a facade. People are so used to social media being a facade that they're like, there's no way that's what that is. Yeah. And it's like,
I know I am currently a broke bougie bitch. I want the finer things in life, and I feel like when I start really, working for real and getting into my working girl bag, I feel like people are going to do that same thing with me, because I slowly show and I kind of sort of show things that I get, but I'm not like a bragger. I don't want to brag too much about it because, I got what I got, and, I like it. But that reminds me of Jayla Corian. I don't know if you know who she is from like YouTube or whatever, but Jayla lives a boss girl lifestyle. Everything Jayla does is luxury. Everything Jayla wears is luxury. And she gets people all the time like, girl, you think you better than people, da da da. And she's just like, I'm just being me. Girl, I'm an influencer. I make my money. I do my brand deals. Now, some of y'all may know who Jayla is because she is on BET's current, I think it's Love After something, whatever, some new dating show or whatever. She was just on that, one of her first TV appearances, and she gets that all the time, that people really just be trying to piece together her life, and it's like, you can't.
Thinking that they know.
Whatever she shows, that's what she shows. But I think that comes with the territory of being a creator online, because even though you put out 20 minutes of your day on social media or 10 seconds, somebody's still gonna have an opinion. Child, somebody could put up a video talking about, oh, I really had some good juice last night. You gonna be like, damn, I bet they got fucked real good after that. Like, your mind just be going, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a regular pedestrian on social media who be scrolling, I know I have my opinions about certain creators, and I feel like, some people act as if they got more than what they actually do, and I mean, they may not even have more. That it could just be how they're showing their life, and it could be, you know, a strategic thing people do. So the person you're talking about, she could be more strategic with how she posts and what she posts and the way people see her videos.
Her whole thing is relatability. She tries to be like transparent, as relatable and transparent as possible. She shares a lot of her dating life on social media. She shares her she did what I spent in a day, and that's where the controversy came in at. It's like because she showed how much she spent in a day. This girl doesn't brag about being in a luxury apartment. She doesn't brag about the amount of money that she makes or anything like that. Like, if you go watch her videos, that's not what she even talks about
But
at
people
all.
probably take that as, you know, bragging because she
But
did
it's not. But it ain't though. People will look at it, and what it is people aren't used. People want the life that she has,
right?
Or wish they had the life that she has at their age, or at the age that she is now. People were like, I wish I was that way when I was your age. So a lot of it is jealousy. And envy. That's what a lot of it is. And it came from a Black woman, if I'm not mistaken, that made a damn video. So it's like, it's always your own kind that'll sit back and look at you and be envious and be like, what? I'll be here for it.
Yeah,
I love it. I love to watch what I spend in the day videos, because it's like, you know what, I'm gonna spend that much too, but I can't do it right now because I ain't got that money. But I'll be here for it. I'm here. I love to look at people who are able to afford that certain kind of lifestyle.
That's why I don't feel no type of way. Different girls that have the lifestyle that I know I want, like Chelsea Janae. I love her. She don't get on camera saying, oh, you know, I got this, I got that. She just shows us her new Chanel earring. She'll just show us her new Fenty, whatever she just bought. Like, she shows things, but it's not on I'm bragging. But if you take that as that's probably because you're jealous.
But when you're an influencer, your thing is to influence.
Yep.
Part of your job is part of your job as an influencer or a content creator or whatever, or a social media personality, is to be as relatable as possible. Yep. And there are going to be a lot of people that are going to come across your videos that are not going to be your target audience. And if you know you are not the target audience of people that are scroll the hell on.
Right.
Because, believe it or not, unpopular opinion, they have the right to complain about their job. They have a right to say that being an influencer is hard. They have the right to say that.
I'll be the first.
They have the right to sit here and clap back at you when you think you can say some slick out your mouth and get away with it.
Oh my God,
people feel like
my biggest thing.
Because people feel like they can't.
My first hate video that I ever gotten on TikTok was from a Black girl who was literally the same age as me. She stitched my video because I responded in her comments. Well, I responded under her comment under my video, and I went in. Okay, as I should. I'm gonna defend myself. I wasn't even at 2,000 yet on TikTok. Wasn't nowhere even near it. This girl made a whole thread of like 4 or 5 videos going off talking how stupid, how fat I look. Oh, call me Porky. She kept doing that. And all I could say was, are you satisfied? Like, that's all I put on her video. Are you satisfied? I hope you're satisfied. I blocked her. I deleted her comment. I went on about my day. And it was all because I posted a video. Like, this is the crazy part. I posted a video about me being in a relationship with a person that was sighted. Are you mad because either I blind and I got a man, or you're jealous because you just don't have a man, or you're mad because I can, admit that I have a good relationship online, and you thinking in your head that I should be getting dogged out, beat up, and all some other shit because I have a disability. Like, the comments I used to get compared to what I get now is polar opposite. I get way more love than hate on my channel, on all like my platforms or whatever. But it's really perception. It's really how people perceive you online. Yeah. And I think the more I do get more sponsorships and brand deals and things like that, I'm definitely going to space those type of videos out far in between from each other, because I don't want too much negative attention on me. I don't do well with it. Either I'm going to go the fuck off or I'm going to shut down.
But you could do something totally normal. It doesn't matter what you do. Mm-hmm. That if it's going to come, it's going to come. Yeah. And it's just kind of like I go live. I used to go live frequently, and I don't do it much anymore because
Same.
I
I'm not
can't.
go live on TikTok at all these days.
Because I cannot handle the sheer amount of ignorance and stupidity that comes out of folks' mouths after they tap on the keyboard. And a lot of them are real bold behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
And if you allow it to, it can do a lot of damage on like you mentally. And so I strayed away from going live and interacting. But that's one of the ways you build community, is going live and interacting with your followers and getting to talk to them in real time and have them talk to you in real time. That's how you build a community. But it can get to be overwhelming as an influencer, as somebody who's on social media, because you have people who are not a part of that community who come in and make it really, really hard. Or even people that are in that community that make it really, really difficult to be able to, just sit and have a decent conversation. It can be hard.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Anyway, it goes, like, we're still gonna get the hate. Like, the hate.
Yeah, it's gonna come regardless.
I had a guy that had he had mentioned me in his video recently, and I had told him, basically, like, it comes with the territory, because he got his first comment on someone saying that he is faking his blindness. And I was like, I get a flood of them. Every time a video goes like viral or something for me, I always get that flood. And then I have to answer the question, oh, this is what happened to me. This is why my eye looked like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always have to answer that. And it's true. Like, so much comes with this social media shit. And I just be like, I'm just a regular girl. Like, y'all don't even know me. Like, I'm so regular. It ain't nothing even, like, I'm not trying to be on here trying to be acting like I'm just that bitch. Because first of all, I am. Okay. I am. But I'm not a bragger. But it really just comes with the territory of being a content creator. And that fucking sucks. So I guess those are my unpopular opinions.
Unpopular opinion or popular opinion, my dating life is a joke. And that's
Leah just need a hug, please. My friend need a hug.
My dating life is a joke. And I think we need to do a whole episode on, like, just what I've experienced in dating.
That's definitely gonna be our next episode. We're definitely going to,
because the things that I get, like, people are so ignorant. Like, unpopular opinion, blindness does not like, you being blind, you not being able to see does not mean you cannot do it. It does not affect the feeling that I get down there. It does not affect certain activities, i.e. doing the horizontal mambo. It does not affect that. It doesn't affect me being able to do things for myself, like because I feel like that the popular thing is like, well, she's blind, she can't see, so she can't do nothing. And it's like, damn.
Yeah, most of the time my eyes is closed anyway, so
yeah. I'm gonna post about it on my TikTok, because I haven't posted about it in a minute, and
hopefully you get some comments and we can, like, screen grab some things and, like, show them inside the stream. I think that'd be really. I'm
gonna post it, but, like, y'all, I had the worst encounter with. Anyways,
men are trash.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. That's basically what I'm saying. It's a joke.
Men are trash, okay? And we want them. That's the fucked up part. Why do we want something so trash? Ugh.
I'm now unpopular opinion, generalizing men like that. I don't think that's fair. Certain men, the men that I have encountered have been trash.
Some men,
some of them have been trash.
Some men are trash. Like my man, he's not trash. I love him.
He's trash.
Quentin, probably trash. Malcolm, trash.
Definitely Anthony's trash. He's trash. And I can say that because he's my friend. He's trash.
Nah, he is trash ass friend though.
Yeah, he is a trash ass friend. Gonna use me as a damn weapon. What is wrong with you?
We tried, okay? They tried to be friends and it just don't be working out because
I don't know what his problem is.
He told her he was gonna slide her body across. Hold up. He told her he was gonna slide her body across the table, a picnic table at that. So he gonna give her splitters, and he was gonna throw her on me. Like what?
I was gonna be his weapon that he was gonna use to beat his girlfriend's ass. I'm already fragile. I am nothing but bone. If you throw me hard enough, I'm gonna shattering to pieces. I am glass over here. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
What do you mean? So he's a
that's
trash ass
so when
individual.
we say Anthony's trash, that is why he's trash. Babe, remember I do love you. Okay, I do love you. Okay.
No, she don't.
But this episode, you guys, has been amazing. It's been
It's been
great.
alright because she was on it. It would have been better if it was just me.
But definitely tune in next week, y'all, for our Shalia dating chronicles. I'll talk about my business too. I ain't gonna let my friend just spill out her
I
gossip.
think we need to make that a Sunday stream. We might give y'all a bonus episode this week because
Child, it's gonna be a mess.
Because we missed last week. This episode was supposed to be last week and we just had an off day. So we're gonna try to make that a Sunday stream.
Yeah.
For y'all,
We'll do
just so
that
we can
live for sure.
We'll do this just like we did this one. We'll do it live. We don't know when. We'll post on our TikTok, so make sure you're following us on our TikTok and on our Instagram. Instagram, oh my god! So that you'll know when we get ready to go live or post a new episode. And also be sure if you encounter this channel and it pops up on your recommended and you like what you see, be sure you subscribe so we can get these numbers up over here. And I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Be sure you leave some of your unpopular opinions in the comments and we will see you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.